Hey, Yaya here. I just wanted to make a video today about um, just knowing what's going on around you, being aware and conscious of your surroundings, being aware and conscious of your thoughts and how you're feeling. These things to me are very important. Like they make a difference in my world. Um, and when I say be aware and conscious, I don't mean be aware of your neighbor and the dog and who's out to get you and stuff like that. More so be aware of the world that we live in. Everything. Be conscious of the food you take in, the things you drink, the things you watch, the things you consume, the things you listen to. Let me see. Just everything pertaining to you. Your family. I believe all of this stuff is very important. It makes a difference in how you process life and how things work out for you. There's a lot of people who say they're woke, and there are a lot of people who are they're waking up right now or they are woke. But I feel like we can get stuck or we can get lost because even if you're woke, you have to do the same routines, okay? You might have to switch it up, but you still have to stay aware. You still have to do affirmations. You still have to, um, condition well, not condition, but I want to say, like, just be aware of your thoughts. And, I still like to program myself, to think a certain way. So whenever I have weary thoughts or thoughts of stuff in the past or anything that's not helping me today, I don't really try to hold on to it. um and what I'm trying to say is no matter how high my vibrations are, how good I'm feeling, what's going on, sometimes there's other things around you, maybe, it's just your environment that can be causing you to feel a certain way or think a certain way. And that will, in return, slow you down from progress to be your better self. Okay? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who understand exactly what I'm saying. And for those of you who don't, when you do get to this point in your life and you understand, hey, you understand like something's not adding up, this isn't right, why is this like that, if you get to see the bigger picture instead of what's put in your face, let's just say that. Because a lot of stuff is being forced on you. You're being force fed, certain things and issues, and you may not know the bigger picture. You may not really understand what's going on, or there's a lot of people who just don't care. They're okay with the routine. They're okay with, going along with whatever they're told. And that's okay too. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm just speaking for the people who are at that next level. And you're starting to feel like, like even to the point where you don't even have a whole lot of people to talk to about it. If you get to that point, know you're at a good point, even if it feels frustrating and you feel, alone, whatever. um you still have to find balance, and for me that is a very challenging thing. So that's why I say you need to stick to being aware of your thoughts. You need to train yourself, basically your brain. you know if you realize who you really are and your purpose, it'll make a difference. And sometimes you might not be as close to your purpose as you think you are, but really you're right where you need to be. So that's another thing that might help along the way. Is help me. Those moments when you feel like things aren't working out, if you're religious, I'm sorry, if you believe in religion and you believe in praying, I suggest praying, affirmation, whatever gives you that good feeling of, everything is going to be okay. Basically, you're in a good place, you're doing well, and move forward as you're doing this. Like work on things to make yourself better and not to compete with anybody else, or because that's another thing. People say, well, I'm spiritual, I'm awoke, I'm this, I'm that, I'm better than you, I can do this, I can do that, what can you do? And it's not even about that. It's about us all, being individuals, but at the same time being able to maybe help the next person. You'd be surprised what little thing you do might help this person or that person or the next person. And it's not to say you're better than them, or it's not even about the judgmental thing, but still be aware of who you're around and what you're doing. It's more about just bettering yourself. Okay? Because once you better yourself and work on yourself, it'll help your environment too. It's going to help the people you're around. You may lose friends, you may lose family members, you may lose a marriage, you may lose a job, you may lose it all before you realize that, hey, there is a bigger picture. There's more to it. There's more to me being here than what I see. Okay? And once you become more aware of how you feel, how you think, and the things that come out of your mouth, it makes a difference. It really does. It really does. And it's really hard sometimes, especially if you're dealing with, just day-to-day work, and that right there is enough. And then you add in anything else. It's like, okay, so I got to focus on what? And work and pay bills. And, it gets stressful. It gets really stressful. It's a time when you're going to have to shut a lot of stuff out. And like for me, like a lot of stuff on social media I'm not really into. I don't really get caught up in a lot of stuff that's going on in the world unless it's pertaining to what I'm passionate about. I'm really passionate about love and coming together as one and finding your true purpose, stuff like that. To me, I'm very passionate about that stuff. And nature, stuff that is, has been here before man and hasn't been made up and hasn't been put in your face as a lie and fed to you. I'm more interested in that stuff. I'm more interested in the real stuff, how the universe works, why are these stars up here, why is this over here, why am I feeling this way for no reason. There's a lot of things that are going on and people don't even realize that, hey, it's more than what you think. And that's why I don't really get into the news and the drama. I don't do talk shows. I don't do nothing like that that's gonna I don't want that type of stuff in my brain, basically. It's just not something I want to do. I came a long way from all of that stuff before I didn't even realize it was affecting me. Okay? I had no idea. I was Jerry Springer. I was Maury. I was watching all these shows. I've never been into the stories, but I would watch them with my mom and them, all the drama shows. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, enjoy life, because that's what we're here for, to enjoy life. I'm saying for me, I just don't really want to put that type of stuff in my head. I can do without that. I'll take something else. Like I said, I'd rather go for a walk in the park, or I don't know. I just say, do what works for you best, but just know that your brain is basically going to take in everything, and it may not be for the best. So if you can eliminate as much garbage, trash, whatever you want to call it, viruses as possible, then good. That's what you want to do. Because there's some things you're not going to be able to avoid, but you can still work around it. There's ways around this. There's ways around a lot of stuff. A lot of your answers you're going to get if you really want the truth and you really want to learn and you really want to expand your consciousness. A lot of that is going to come from the universe. You're getting signs. The universe speaks to you in so many ways. But if you're not open and you're not listening, you're not receptive, you're not going to hear it. You're not. So that's why I don't drown myself out with the garbage and stuff that isn't going to help me. Like, I don't want to watch Jerry Springer. He's not going to feed me or make me feel good, or, it's just not going to keep me in a happy place. So I don't really indulge. I'm not saying I don't watch it. If I do, which I won't. I just know me. I'd rather go look at the trees and leaves blow, or, watch anything but that. But I'm just saying, if I do choose to do something like that, you still want to have your mindset, where, for me, it's better just to stay neutral in them situations. I'm not going to let it affect me, but I just don't personally want that type of stuff in my brain. I'm not that type of person. It doesn't do anything for me. So, I kind of went all over with this conversation, but it just basically I'm just basically talking about you know, just becoming your higher self, okay? Higher consciousness, staying in the moment. Because that's one of the things that I myself have been challenged with. I mean, on a day to day basis. That's why I decided to get up and do this video. I was going to do one yesterday and I found every reason not to. Well, today I woke up and it was like, oh my goodness, I was off. Like my vibration was off. I went to bed, I was feeling good. Everything was great. I woke up feeling like, whoa, you know, it was just not what I wanted to do. I was feeling some type of way this morning, and it was like a lot of stuff going on, a lot of energies, and it's not negative or positive energies, okay? It was just energies that I had to process. And in the midst of me processing the energies, that's what made me start thinking, like, you know what, I'm gonna do a video about this because maybe I can help somebody else. Because to me, I'm in a good mood, everything's great, and then I started getting these thoughts, and I'm like, why am I thinking about this? So the minute you even recognize that you're having a thought that doesn't serve you well, that is a good thing, I've learned. Okay, because it just reminds you of where you want to be or where you've been. So to me, it's not the worst at all. It's when you don't even realize that you have no control over your thoughts. You have no control over your actions. Like I talk to people all the time. They're like, I know what's going on. I know this and that. And you're like, so what'd you do and where'd you go? They can't even find their keys, or they can't find this or that. And it's not a good or a bad thing, but that's just a part of what I'm saying. Being conscious, they don't some stuff you're not going to be able to maybe remember, but when you just do one thing at a time and you're focused and you're aware of your thoughts, your actions, your environment, everything that's going on around you, you're good. You're good. You're in a better place. Okay. And when you know the truth of who you are, why you're here, a lot of this stuff, it is just like, it won't even matter. It shouldn't. It should not. It should not. There's a lot of people who are just conditioned mentally and physically, spiritually, I want to say, that they don't even realize that everything they've been taught has been lies and lies and lies and lies. And it's not bad, because you need to know the lies to get to the truth. That's what I feel. But some of them are stuck in them lies, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm not trying to pull nobody out of their lifestyle, their lies, or whatever you want to call it, their mentality, that we're thinking. I don't believe that's my job. I don't want to do that. I just want to say to the ones who are going through a process like I am, where you're like, okay, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, what? Like, do you think we're seriously put here just to work and work and work and die, and then watch all this terrible shit on TV all the time? And then, like, okay, you either have to do this or that or that. Like, you're only told to do so many things. Like, it's just, like, it doesn't make sense if you can't just go off on your own and start your own life. Like, why can't you just live on the beach and eat and chill and listen to music? Why you have to worry about bills and problems and the government, and, oh, I'm about to lose my job. Oh my God, the government shut down. Oh my God, I'm about to get put off assistance, or, all these things are just programs to keep you in fear and condition. And if you realize who you really are and why you're here, all that stuff is just, it's not real. Okay. Now, it's as real as it is as you believe in it. Okay. I'm not saying that this stuff is not on TV, or what I'm saying is, you're here for another purpose. You're not here to watch that, and you're not here to suffer, and you're not here to cry and beg and weary. Like, that's not a part of it. Now, you're here for experiences. I do know this. But you're here to learn from them experiences. So if you're steady in that mindset of lack and lack and lack and want and suffering and pain, and you need to focus on the bigger picture, that some of these things are a part of why we're here, but that's not all we're here for. It's not it. That's not it. This is like a learning planet. You're here to learn. You're here to observe and learn and change and grow. So as you do that, you're still going to have contrast. You're still going to have issues, problems. They're still going to show stuff on the news. People are going to get killed. People are going to die. This stuff is going to be unfair, unjust. The best thing you can do is to stay in the here and the now. And and be passionate about, only focus on the things you're passionate about. I'm not going to go protest about anything because that's not what I do. It's just not. So I'm not gonna go with my friend because they want to go protest against abortion or the president or whoever, and I'm not gonna look down on them for doing it either because I feel like that's their life, that's their journey. Maybe that's what that's what they're here. That's what they want to do, and that does not mean I'm going to partake in it. That does not mean I'm going to even, I don't even want to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's not, no, 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 no. I'd rather not. And I think that's just fine, you know. So I'm basically saying just know who you are, find out your real purpose. Another thing that's helped me is connecting with your ancestors. Because you're going to get books and stories and you watch these movies. We've been in school. You've been taught all these things from your parents and your parents' parents and your parents' parents. And or people it depends on your background, your situation. But that doesn't mean that it really is all the truth and that's it for you. There's still more things that you may need to learn. And your parents and if they're still around. But it takes a special type of person, and not really, okay? Just a woke person. I'm just going to say that, okay? Because it's really, we don't want to label special, not special. That's not the case. We all have abilities and we all can do things, okay? But if you're not connected and you don't know who you are, if you're not in tune with God, source, the universe, whoever you believe in, if you're not in tune with that, with God, with the source, with the universe, then there's things that you're not going to be aware of, okay? But it's not hard to do it. It's not hard at all. First, you have to believe, okay? The way the universe works, whatever you thinking, whatever you believe in, that's gonna be your world, okay? I didn't understand that stuff until, recently. And I mean within the last 5 years, and it's been a slow process too. It didn't happen overnight, I was afraid at first and I was going through a lot of anxiety behind the things that I was like learning and figuring out, and I wasn't just sitting around figuring it out. It was through meditation. It started out with a lot of gratitude because I was very thankful for being alive. And I'm still thankful for being here in this time, in this space. I feel like it was meant for me to be here now. I know it is. At first, I never could figure out, like, why are we here? Like, it just seems like we were all like gerbils or something, like nothing against hamsters or gerbils or nothing. Like, why are we just like on this wheel? Everybody's running in. Everybody I talk to, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to work. I'm getting this check. I'm getting these coins. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I used to be right there with them. Yeah, let's get these coins. Let's get these checks. But everybody tired at the end of the day. Our backs hurt. We barely making it. Bills are not like, okay, so when I was working, I could pay the bills, but it was like, okay, the kids need this. They're hungry. I still got to go somewhere and try to, like go to try to get some help for some food or something. Like, how does that even make sense? And it was like, okay, well, maybe my choices aren't right. Let me go to school. So go to school. And now I got this big old school bill that I can't even pay off. And then by the time I graduate and try to find a job, it's like the same cycle is what I'm trying to get at. It was like I didn't see a way out, even with all these, okay, you got to work hard. I worked hard. I had a job since I was 14. I worked hard, okay? I still have calluses on my hands, okay? Like, I know what hard work is, and I still didn't see, I didn't see the light of day. Like, I was just, that was it. I gotta work, barely make it, but all my bills are paid. And that was like a bragging thing. Yeah, I'm broke, but all my bills paid. My kids got food. They got a shelter. There's something in there that's good, because you want to have gratitude for the things you have. I'm not saying don't be grateful. What I'm saying is if you know who you are, you don't have to do that stuff. You don't have to. And I know it sounds like, okay, well, what the heck am I supposed to do then? Like, who's going to pay the bills? Where am I going to live at? Because that's something I struggle with, and I struggled with. And that's not a good place to be. Not at all. Especially not with kids, not single. It doesn't matter. Nobody deserves to have that type of mentality, But that's a part of the way the system is here to keep you in a certain mind state. So once you grow mentally and spiritually out of that mind state, then you can start seeing the bigger picture. Like there is a way bigger picture, way bigger picture. And that doesn't mean you're not gonna have issues or problems or contrasts or whatever you want to call it, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. You still are. It's just you're gonna be able to process it better. Now with that, it's like everything else. Okay, so if you want a nice body, without doing surgery or whatever, with just working out, eating healthy, stuff like that, a healthy diet, eating organic, lots of fruits, vegetables, and, stuff that works for you. Plenty of water, cut out all sugar, bread, stuff like that. Meat, if you can, do it. If not, whatever, just do as much as you can do. But once you change your diet, your mindset, and then you put yourself, that old you, get rid of it. If you can do that. So if you got up at 9 o'clock every morning and had a coffee and a cigarette and a donut and watched the news, stop it. Don't even turn the news on. Don't even look at your phone when you get up in the morning. If you can, don't even smoke that cigarette. Don't even drink that coffee. When you get up, meditate. Drink your cup of water. Okay? A big dumb cup of water. Eat some fruit. Just do something different one morning and see what happens. Just see how your day turns out. Work out if you can. Like, work out at the house. Most people say, I can't get to the gym. If you can't work out, like, say if you're disabled, you're bedbound, work your mind out. By doing that, you want to do affirmations. So, just every day would be progress. Now, you may be so far behind that it feels like you're not going to get ahead, or you're like, okay, she's not being realistic. Yes, I'm being very realistic, because no matter whatever's going on around you is still going to go on. It's just a matter of how you're processing it. So why not process it in such a way that it doesn't take from you? You know what I mean? Like, every time I talk to my loved ones, they're just like so tired. Like, hey, what you doing, chill? Oh, chilling. Oh, okay, reading a book. Oh, okay, well, yeah, you know me, I'm tired. I work all day. All I do is work, pay the bills, tired, work, pay the bills. Like, man, it's just so depressing. Like, it sounds really depressing. Now, yeah, they have a nice car. Yeah, they have a house. Yes, they got nice clothes, and they got food, and, but every time you talk to them, oh, this job, oh, God, I'm so tired. I'm just working and just paying all these bills. It's never a moment where they're like, well, yeah, I want to go do this and travel, and I want to go to the beach, and I want to swim with the dolphins. It's like their minds are not even thinking outside of work and being tired and paying bills. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be in that race anymore, because it's not productive, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, it is productive on a different scale that's not even, it's an illusion, basically. It has you believing that you have to do all of this and all of that to get this and that, and that's not true. Everything you need is within you. I know it sounds like a dream or a game or something, but it's not. Once you connect with Source and you become one with God, learn about yourself, learn who you are, learn your real purpose, because I'm sure it's not working at Walmart, McDonald's, nurse, doctor, whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing. It does not mean that you're not serving a good purpose. What I'm saying is still do that job, but do it and not be complaining and upset about it. Like I'm saying, I'm talking to my friends, and they're always tired. They're always just paying bills. Like, I remember them thoughts, but there is a way you can still work and be grateful that you have a job. And if it's that bad of a job, get another job. My solution would be become self-employed. Become self-sufficient. That's my main goal. I don't see nothing else. I really don't. Anything else to me is just, it's a waste of time. And that's one thing we can't get back. You can't go buy some time, and you can't, I have yet to see that. You can't, there's some things you can do, okay? But you cannot, you cannot get back that time, okay? And you can get all the money in the world. All the money in the world. But if you're not happy within, the money is not going to help. It's not going to mean anything. That's why, you'll see all these famous people, they're killing themselves. You think because, oh, they got so much money, money is evil. No, it's not. It's because they're not happy within anyway. So with all the money, it's not gonna bring them happiness. This is something you need more than that money. But I know the way the world is set up, it's hard to function. Like, okay, so how am I supposed to just be happy and be broke? Like, no, you just create your own currency. Find a way. And I say, once you connect with yourself and source, and work with your ancestors now, okay? Ancestors will help you out. They're going to help you on different levels, okay, that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. They're going to guide you and help you get to where you need to be, okay? There's just so much that we have been taught that it's just the opposite. It's backwards. It's not the truth. And it's only as true as you let it be. Let's just say that. So this video is going to be about just staying conscious, staying aware of your thoughts, and it's best to do it first thing in the morning and before you go to bed at night. If you just kind of program your brain, program your brain. So in the morning you get up, like I said, no phone, just change up your whole routine and see what happens. Just change it up. Even if you have to get up a little bit early because, you have a schedule, you got kids, school, work. Don't think it's impossible. Even if you do a couple things different, see what happens. See how you feel. Like, don't be afraid. And I know the unknown is scary, but to me, being trapped in the same place mentally and spiritually is even scarier because you don't even know who you really are. You need to grow. You're here for that. That's what you're here for. You're here to grow, like mentally and spiritually, okay? Not physically, but you're here for that. You're here to learn and to become enlightened. And that's my wish for everybody who's watching this video. I send you love, prosperity, and for you to grow, learn, and become enlightened. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.